Welcome into Coach's Corner. Jordan Woodruff with you, and great to have you along with us today. We're going to be talking some cheerleading with Amie Huster. The show brought to you today by Willie's Wash on 14th here in Ponca City. Needing a good car wash? Well, check out Willie's Wash. And good to have you along. We got, I guess, plenty to get into as always. And we'll start off with, you got an All-State thing coming up? Talk about that.
Well, thanks for having me, first of all. My only senior we have is Takaya Carson, and she is getting ready to try out for All-Region Cheer. And that is on Wednesday in Stillwater. So we invite everyone to come watch her.
So all region trying out. And how big of an accomplishment is that?
This is a big. All regions leads into all-state cheer, which the football game is in July, I believe. Okay. July of next year. So it's a big deal. The girls will work for it from their freshman year to their senior year. And they work hard. We worked today on motion technique and voice projection.
So what is it like? Like, what are the tryouts for that like? Because, you know, you think about a tryout for a team. That's what you do to get on the team in Ponca City or wherever you're at. So the tryouts to All-State, I mean, these are the best of the best girls. Yes. But what are they like, and how tough are they?
They're very competitive. They start with 2A all the way up to 6A, and we are 6A, as everybody knows. Yep. So they start with, I believe the cheer is first. They do a cheer, and it's specifically for all region, all state. Mm-hmm. Everyone does the same cheer. There are, I can't remember last year, but there's probably at least 70 people trying out. So it's a big tryout, and then they do a cheer, and then they do jumps, and then they do a tumbling pass.
Okay, so, and is it it's divided by classes? Is that right? 6A yes. And all that, right?
So. Yeah, it's divided by classes. They have a top scorer for each class, and then I don't really know how the scoring system works, but of course the top person makes it, and then they take three or six from each region. So there's an East and West.
Yeah. So and how many All-State cheerleaders have we had? Or I mean, you may not know the number, but what's the most recent All-State cheerleader that we've had?
I had an All-State cheerleader last year, M. Graham. Before that time, that was before me. I didn't have one try out my first year of being a coach. So before then, there's been several All-State cheerleaders.
Yeah, and like I said, this is a good accomplishment as a coach because you've got the right training in, you're doing the right stuff. You know, I think about, you know, back in the ag days, for me, it was always the state farmer degree. You know, that was a good barometer of what you're doing with a program, but having those people that are able to make this.
Yes.
So is it the same for cheerleading?
Oh, yeah. It's very good, very humbling for the girls to be able to do it. Just such a great experience for them. They enjoy it. It's a big bragging moment, I guess you can say. I think you get a ring and you get a jacket as well.
That's great.
So it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
We wish her the best of luck. Anyone that wants to come can come watch her. It starts at 10 o'clock in Stillwater High School.
Yeah, so check that out if you can. Next thing, mini cheer. It's always fun. I always enjoy. Anytime mini cheer, mini steppers, anytime we throw mini in front of it, I mean, I have a blast watching it.
Oh, yeah. It's fun. Mini cheer starts next week on Monday. We have clinic Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then our game is on Thursday next week because it's fall break. But it's fun. We have the most ever this year, 208. So pray for us. It's going to be so much fun. The little girls love it. We are working on their 2 dances as well as their cheer, and they perform at halftime at the game.
Yeah, and it's broken up into different age divisions, correct?
Yes.
So what's how many's in the younger, how many's in the older, and what's that per girl when you look at it? Because I mean, they're going to have to wrangle about 3 or 4 different little girls, right?
Oh, more than 3 or 4. Last year, I think we had 12 per group, and we had 198 last year.
Okay.
So it's fun. It's chaos. It's like herding cats, but it's always a blast. The girls love it. But they all, as far as how many in each little two age groups, I can't tell you because I didn't break it down. I was more worried how many we have.
Yeah.
But we bring, varsity and JV also does mini cheer. So we have 17 girls that herd them all together.
Well,
try to get them to not scream.
And I love when we do these stuff when we get the kids involved. And it's good for the programs to get those kids involved. But the more you can get those elementary age students involved, it really helps your program because maybe somebody's trying something new and they fall in love with it. Yeah. Maybe that's your next All-State cheerleader.
Oh, I know. We have 5 boys too this year. So
that's
we're
awesome.
Excited. We're excited about the boys coming over because I cheered with a guy. So I enjoyed the co-ed part. It was a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, and there's a lot of opportunities out
Oh, yeah.
there,
Oh, yeah.
and people don't realize with cheerleading, there's a lot of opportunities out there for guys
Scholarships.
that scholarships and everything else to cheerlead,
yeah.
especially with some competitive programs because those guys, they're needing guys, especially those that can do the good tumbling and stuff.
We were talking about that today in practice. How much last year when we went to Allstate, and we love to watch the guys. The guys were fun to watch because their tumbling skills are amazing, and their jumps were just like, where'd that come from?
Yeah,
they're just fun to watch.
Well, I remember at Oklahoma State during basketball games, they'd always pull that mat out, and you've probably been there before too. And watching, I mean, the girls were really good too. Don't get me wrong, but watching those guys tumble and the height that they can get. And the different stuff that they're doing, I mean, you're fixated on it. It's pretty amazing when they're good at it.
That's athleticism.
Yeah, no, it is.
They're
It's like they don't get called athletes maybe as much as the football or basketball players, but they're almost more athletic in a lot of ways than they are with what they do. And I've always said that with cheerleaders too. I mean, these are athletes.
Oh, for sure. And it was classified as a sport last summer, I believe.
Yeah, as it should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so it's hard. It's hard on your body.
Yeah, and speaking of with the guys, I mean, you said you cheered, but have very many in the past as far as many, or is this like a first having 5 boys?
For mini cheer, I think this is the first.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we went to all the schools and we're like, boys can come too, and you know how they're all like, oh, I want to do it, and they never show up, but they did this year, so I'm excited.
Well, yeah, and I mean, unfortunately, I think in the high school level there is a little bit of a stigma with boys that are being cheerleaders, and it shouldn't be that way because, like I said, there's a lot of opportunities, and they're just a lot of times as much athletes as anybody else.
Yes, I agree.
So, anything else you want to get out there? And as far as mini cheer, any registration, anything people need to know? That's already a done deal, right?
Yeah, registration's already happened. We're not taking any more people because we've already ordered the shirts. So it is next week. It starts next week.
Yeah.
We encourage everyone to come out to the game on Thursday. I apologize.
Yeah. What tunes we dancing to?
Well, it's a tune from. You had to put me on the spot. It's a Shakira song that my girl from Zootopia, I think.
Oh yeah, the how it goes. Yeah.
And then I can't
everything,
remember the other
something,
one.
everything. Yeah. I know because I got a 3-year-old right now, so
My kids are older.
I've watched Zootopia quite a few times over the past. So
Zootopia's a good one.
Well, that's good. It looks like it's going to be fun. Have a great time. I know this is so great we talk about the kids, but also the older girls as well, because they make a connection with those kids and really they get to see the work they put in and share that with somebody else, and I think that's special.
And then the repeaters, they come back and ask for the cheerleader that they had the part previous year, so
that makes them feel real good.
Oh yeah, it does. And then when they were like, oh well, she graduated last year, and we're like, oh no, I'm sorry, we'll put you with another good one.
Just have to get them a new one, right? So all right, well, make sure you check that out. They'll be doing their performance Thursday next week, so we want you to make sure be a part of that. Amie, appreciate your time as always.
Thank you.
All right, that's been brought to you today by Willie's Wash, and we appreciate you watching Coach's Corner. Jordan Woodruff saying so long. Thanks to Chris back behind the camera. Until next time, go Cats.